Why? Who wants to come up? Alright. Send an invite. I'm sorry, I look like shit. Don't judge me.
Katie, don't apologize.
I look like shit.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I think you look pretty damn good without makeup on.
Lies. But thank you, thank you.
It's not lies. I wouldn't lie to you. I've talked plenty of shit to you in the chat. Stop it.
I have seen that.
But tonight's not the night for that, is it?
And I'm so sad.
I know you are. My heart breaks for you. I want to try to help you organize a couple of these thoughts you're having. Can I try to go down a list of things I've noticed through the last, 6 hours I've been sitting here watching you?
What?
Well, listen, I've lost both my parents and both my siblings, so I'm not coming from a place of not knowing what the hell I'm talking about. And I was just able to spend the night with my aunt who was in the ICU. So I want you to know that that is completely a possibility. I don't know why these residents are telling you they need to check with the doctors tomorrow and all of that. Just stand your ground. He's your dad, and there's no reason why you can't stay with him. So if that's something you want to do, just make plans tomorrow to make sure that happens, okay? I also want you to listen to me. I have a nephew that's going through the exact same alcohol struggles that you are. And I know that you were supposed to go to this doctor's appointment tomorrow, plus you've got your interviews and you want to go see your dad. You have a lot on your plate. So we need to organize what's the most important. Right? I know you need a job because you need to make money. So let's go on those interviews tomorrow, okay?
Right.
Your alcohol addiction isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Let's just be honest, okay? So if you don't want to go to that appointment tomorrow, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to it or that it's not important, but I'm saying go to your interviews and then maybe...
I'm going to go to my interviews and I'm not going to drink tomorrow. And I'm going to be awake all night. That'll be okay because I can look over, I can check on my dad the entire time.
Thank you, Ken Dog. Yes. Let me just ask you this, because there's a lot of people that want to just talk in the chat. They want to spout off, advice and things like that. Just don't drink. Just stop. All of this. It's not that easy. It's not that she can't just stop right now. Are you going into the shakes when you don't drink for a certain number of hours during the day? Let's just be honest. Tell me the truth. Okay, your face says it all. I asked my nephew the same thing yesterday when I saw him at lunch. So, I don't know what to say about that. You need to go be with your dad in the hospital. So do what you need to do to make sure that happens because he needs you right now. The next thing I wanted to ask you is, do you know what your dad's wishes were before all of this happened? You're talking about transferring him to another hospital, getting a second opinion, all of that. But whether that happens or not, did your dad ever tell you what his wishes were? Can you tell me that?
What do you mean?
Well, did you and your dad ever have a conversation that if he ever got into a life-threatening situation, what he wanted to happen?
He has told me that his dad bought me and him a plot, and Lana says that that's her plot, but here's the thing. It's all blood Robies that are in there, from like my grandma to my grandpa and my uncle, and everyone else who has died, it's got to be a blood road. But Lana's saying that the plot that supposedly is mine, which I know 100% is mine, because before my grandpa died, he bought plots for all the grandkids and all them. So we got John Jr., we got all them. But Lana's saying that's her plot. But she would be the only non-blood Roby in there. That's what's weird.
Okay, I don't mean if
So
he
my
actually.
dad wants to be buried with his family.
Okay, I don't mean if he actually, if something were to happen, God forbid, and he were to pass. I mean, before he passes, did he ever tell you that if he got into this kind of situation in the hospital, what his wishes would be? Like, does he want to have, extreme measures taken to save his life? Does he want to be intubated? Does he have a DNR?
No, but I'm gonna make sure that happens too. I'm not gonna let him go easily. Like,
Okay.
no.
So there's been no DNI or DNR, do not intubate or do not resuscitate order in place. Y'all have never had one of those drawn up.
No.
Okay. And then I wanted to ask you, what did the doctor say? Is he in stable enough condition for you to be able to move him at this time to
No.
another hospital?
They said the hospital I want him to go to is apart, so they're not going to do that.
Okay.
Is what they're telling me.
Okay. Do you think he's stable enough to be moved?
They're saying he is not.
Okay. Then that would be one of my top concerns, or one of the things I would think about if I was you, right? Because we're talking about, is he stable enough to have the surgery? And we're talking about, is he stable enough to be moved? So we're kind of playing 50-50 here, right, on either one of those fronts. So you're kind of have to make a decision. Do you want to leave him where he is and see if he gets a little bit better and can, have the surgery done? Or should he be moved? Are you taking too big of a chance having him moved? And then you're kind of putting yourself in a catch-22. Does that make sense, darling?
They're telling me that if I have him moved, it's a subpar hospital to them, and he needs to stay there and stay what he's doing. And when he gets better, then we can make that decision.
Okay. So did I just hear you say they're suggesting not to move him?
Yeah, they said not to do it right now.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you, if it was my loved one, I would not move them. I would not do that. As upset as I see you, and I hear you saying that you want to take, all measures to try to save him, if you don't think he's going to make the transfer, then please do not move him. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes. Okay. What people are saying in the chat. Yes, Lana has the authority, but she already knows how psycho I am. And here's the thing. Any decision she makes, she comes to me with, and because I went nuts, before. So the nurses are talking to me. I get it. Okay, so we need to get him in good health before we can move him.
Yes.
And I know that.
Yes.
But he's not getting better.
Well, his best chance right now is just for him to stay where he is, to see if they can get him stabilized, and then to see if the surgery can possibly happen, right? And I think that's what you need to focus on. I also think you need to focus on doing what you need to do during the daytime tomorrow, and then getting your ass up there and spending the night with him. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you, darling. I'm just not going to do that. The chances, there's a lot of balls up in the air right now, and my main priority or main concern for you, seeing how upset you are and knowing, because I've been here 4 times already, is that you need to be there with him as much as you possibly can, just in case. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because your heart is going to be even so much more broken. And then I'm going to go on to the next point. And I want you to be really honest with me, Katie, because I know I've heard all the stories about your dad over the years and the things that he struggled with in his past. What would your dad say to you right now about the state that you're in, right? With the condition that you're in, and all of this talk about you just giving up. I was talking to my nephew yesterday, and I came home and I was just so distraught because he has basically just told me that he wants to die, and nothing that I could say could talk him out of it. My sister died at home alone on her bed at 39 years old, Katie, from alcoholism. And he is now walking in the same footsteps as her. And I'm begging him to let me help him get him help. And he refuses my help at every fucking turn. And he said, I'm just going to ride it out. And Katie, you're better than that. What would your dad say to you right now? And I'm not telling you that you need to stop right now in the moment, because I know that's not possible. But I hear you so many times talk about how you need to get your shit together. And whether your dad makes it or not, I think this is a sign from God that you got to get your shit together.
I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, Katie, stop.
You don't get it. I get it.
I do get it.
But you don't understand. I don't have kids. I don't have nothing without my dad. Like, no. This is it for me. I'm done.
Katie, I hear you talking about being an orphan, right? Like if your dad were to pass. Guess what? I'm an orphan. Not only am I an orphan, I have no siblings. No half siblings, no real siblings, nothing. It's just me. I'm out here raw dogging life. And I was in a really bad place.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to
do what? When I finally decided that my worth was better than a bad place I had gotten myself into, life is better than I could have ever fucking imagined. You are one of the strongest people I know.
I'm not.
You are.
It's a lie. I pretend.
Well,
no, I don't want to do it.
That makes my heart break.
I don't want to do it.
It makes my heart break.
I'm sorry. But I don't want to do it. I pretend to be this strong. That's what I've always had to do my entire life. But I don't want to do it. I'm tired.
What would your dad think about that, Katie?
Who cares? I'll be with my dad. I cannot not do it without my dad.
Well, I think that a lot of this is the alcohol talk, and so I'm not going to argue that with you right now. I'm just not.
But I'm being honest with you. You told me to be honest with you. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being honest. This is the second time I've heard this in 2 days from 2 different people. So I'm not going to argue with you right now. I do think a sober mind would have a different answer. I will say that.
I think the sober mind would tell you a lie, but the honest truth is, I don't want to do it.
Well, how about we do this? How about we focus on what we can handle tonight and tomorrow, right? I think tomorrow you need to wake up and you need to go to your job interviews because you need to get you need to have a paycheck, right? So you need to focus on that, and then maybe come home, take a good, well, you'll have a good shower in the morning, I hope to God, before you go on your interview.
Yeah.
Right?
I should, but do I even want to do it? Because I know, I don't know, I got a lot of thoughts going through my head right now. Like, why even give a fuck? I didn't take a shower today. Look at me.
That's all right.
Look at me. I look fucking gross. My hair, whatever. I don't even think I want to do it tomorrow.
Well,
I am in a very, very bad place. And
So maybe what you do in the morning, okay? Whether you take a shower or not, who gives a fuck about a shower, okay? You're going through a lot, right? Do what you need to do. Get up in the morning and maybe take a pen to paper and write down the things that are the most important that you need to get done, right? And that may be going on your interviews, right? Getting those done, check those off, come home, slap some water on your face, pack a little bag, whatever you need to go to the hospital, and get up there and be with your dad and spend the night, right? And then we'll get to the next day and we can take off the next chunk of what you need to do. All of this, I'm watching you sit here and you're ruminating, right? These thoughts are just rolling around in your head, one thing after another. Whatever happened with the cops and the EMS, and whether or not you're having seizures or whatever is going on with that, don't worry about those cops. Don't worry about the EMS. Don't worry about any of that right now. Whether you're going to sue them, you're not going to sue them, none of that's fucking important right now, right? It's just something that's going through your head right now because I think your mind is trying to distract you from what's going on with your dad. Does that make sense? And if that's still a burning thing later on, well, you know, you can let that burning desire happen later on. But we just need to check off what's the most important. Take it one bite at a time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I'm so glad you got a plan, but meanwhile, I'm over here and like, okay.
I know, I'm just trying to help you organize your thoughts, you know, so that maybe you can just relax your mind a little bit so that you can get some sleep. And then you can get up in the morning and maybe have a little bit of a better outlook on things, not a better outlook, but a clearer mind so that you can start taking one bite at a time off of your list and prioritizing what's most important. And right now, your dad and getting a job are your two main priorities. Make sense?
No, I get that. Yes, that should be it.
Yeah. Don't worry about anything else but that. Don't worry about the chat. Don't worry about your drinking problem. Don't worry, because your drinking problem's not going to go away overnight, right? Whether you want it to go away, you don't want it to go away, you want to die, you don't want to die. None of that is happening today or tomorrow. But until you do decide to off yourself because you want to drink yourself into an oblivion, you're going to have to be able to afford that alcohol and to afford to pay your bills and afford some gas to go see your daddy. So let's work on getting a job, going to our interviews, and going and staying with your dad. Let's focus on that, shall we?
Man, you make it worse, don't you?
What?
God, you make it worse.
I'm just trying to have a little bit of toxic Katie humor. I have a lot of toxic humor in my life. That's how I handle bullshit. You do the same thing. Don't you give me shit. You're just mad because you know I'm right.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Katie.
I don't know. I don't think that's it.
You don't?
I don't.